The Naruto universe hosts a plethora of geniuses, ninjas who displayed insane talents from the moment they could walk and until their death. Talent so blinding it almost looked like they made no effort at all to attain the skills they demonstrated, an existence non-relatable to most of us in the real world. But in a universe riddled with Kakashis, Itachis, and Minatos, exists a ninja who was championed as a herald of hard work, whose abilities are deemed pure effort and no talent or any form of privilege. Rock Lee is a fan favorite for many reasons, some being he is the one who embodies the themes of Naruto the most. He is the most relatable, and he is the one who has put in the most effort, way more than Naruto. As you can guess, a lot of times a love for Rock Lee is also a way to show disdain for Uzumaki Naruto, which ties into a misunderstanding of the writing in and of Naruto. Allowing ourselves to understand the themes and story objectives, and even the power system of a story, can help us better understand the narrative and prevent a case where we create a character that does not exist or misunderstand the ones who do. The Chunin exams is regarded as one of the most iconic arcs in not just Naruto, but shonen in general. We were introduced to so many cool characters with not just power but depth and varying personalities that really immersed us in the tournament arc. An arc that was all about what a ninja means in its entirety, following the rules of deception, camaraderie, manipulation, espionage, charisma, and battle. From the first test to the last, there was always one of these concepts being highlighted and a theme being touched upon. Thematically, Naruto shines the most with his fights, and when it comes to the most iconic fight in this arc, we can look no further than Rock Lee vs. Gaara and Neji vs. Naruto, a battle between prodigies and losers which yielded different results. The battle between the prodigious sociopath, who had all his abilities handed down to him without a sliver of hard work to attain them, and the ninja who was deemed talentless because he couldn't even use ninjutsu and genjutsu, two basic aspects of being a ninja, caused a shift in the story, or rather, in some of the audience's perception of it. How could they subscribe to the idea of Naruto being a loser when Naruto had immense chakra reserves? He could heal himself. He was already showing frightening feats. This was a boy who could use the multi-shadow clone technique that would kill most ninjas if they even attempted it. This was a boy who could beat Neji. How was he a more suitable character to convey the idea of loneliness and mediocrity than Rock Lee? This ninja who bruised his body daily to be able to use the only form of shinobi art that he could. This boy that had no immense chakra reserves or ability to heal himself. How was he not a better MC than the MC himself? And in a fight where we watched him use every iota of physical skill he had amassed and could muster just to lose. How is that not a better portrayal of the underdog? And how is that not a contradiction of the theme of hard work beats talent? That is where the issue of understanding theme lies, because there was no such theme in Naruto. The story shows us the importance of hard work, yes, but never the superiority of it, because Naruto as a story had emphasis on balance. One thing is never going to be enough to make you whole. Looking at characters like Neji, Gaara, Itachi, and any other prodigy you can think of, they needed more than just their talent to get to a certain level. A combination of hard work with talent, a great teacher, wisdom, experience, and so on was in the mix. Simply hard work by itself was never enough, neither was just talent. In that regard, Lee losing highlighted the importance of his efforts because he still pushed Gaara to a point no one else has ever done, a noteworthy feat in itself. But he could push Gaara no further because as amazing as Lee was, just effort is simply not enough. He still was not talented. He still could not use ninjutsu. He still was not experienced, and because of that he lost. and that's okay. Thematically, he served his role, the objective of his story was fulfilled. On the other hand, Naruto winning against Neji does not go against Naruto being mediocre in terms of ninja skill or being an underdog, but rather shows when you're more balanced, you have a higher chance of winning. Naruto worked hard. Naruto had great teachers like Ebisu and Jiraiya. Naruto had the luck of immense chakra reserves. Naruto was more balanced than his prodigious opponent Neji, who simply had his talents to rely on. And ultimately, Naruto won. And that's a strong part of Naruto's theme we need not just understand, but accept. The aim of both fights serves different roles at the end of the day, and it's up to us as readers to let the story show what it wants to show. Naruto meeting people he could have turned out like has been a thing already, starting with Haku, whose worth was gauged by how efficient of a weapon it was, going to Neji, who hated his clan due to ostracization, and then meeting Gaara, who was a Jinchuriki just like him. Naruto had to defeat these people's ideals because even though we could understand where they were coming from, it didn't mean they were just, and to defeat said ideals means to defeat them in battle, especially in a tournament setting where he needed to show the fruit of not just his training, but his interactions. On the other hand, Rock Lee did not need to win for the narrative to still say what it needed. It was believed that a talent like Gaara could not be touched by anyone who was not as talented, and that was something Lee could prove wrong without winning the battle. And he did. That was the objective of the narrative. Despite the existence of people like the Akatsuki, a lot of Naruto fans still maintain the idea that large chakra reserves mean talent. If that were the case, wouldn't every Akatsuki member lose to every Jinchuriki? Well, except maybe Kisame, since he is touted as a tailless tailed beast. Don't get me wrong, having large chakra reserves is still a privilege, but it does not dictate talent in the Naruto universe because that is not how the power system works. The training exams is a great arc, not just for its battles, but due to how it actually explains what talent and skill is on a technical level. When Ebisu was training Naruto, he explained just how much chakra Naruto wastes when using his shadow clones, and alludes to the fact that actual geniuses like Sasuke would use less on the same technique, which was a very brilliant way to say, despite Naruto's abilities as a tank, it is not synonymous with being a prodigy. He actually did need to possess a high level of finesse over said chakra, something Naruto only achieved in the war arc when he successfully created a Rasengan without the aid of shadow clones or Kurama. Lee, on the other hand, barely uses chakra, because a lot of taijutsu abilities do not need it, so we can't even gauge his finesse with chakra control in the first place, as the 8 Gate isn't exactly about finesse but force. So it does make sense that Lee was not a genius as well. Neji is a genius and he isn't exactly known for high reserves, but rather incredible chakra control. Of course, people like Minato exist who have both high reserves and excellent chakra control, but his genius is more related to his chakra control than volume. Understanding the nuances about chakra control helps to know what genius really means in the Naruto universe. And that is the importance of understanding the power system of any story. So yeah, Rock Lee is an amazing character, and his abilities show that someone who works hard can achieve a lot, even if they are not naturally gifted or prodigious. But it does not guarantee achieving everything, and that is okay. And his existence does not contradict who Naruto is as well. It does not contradict Naruto's hard work despite his high chakra volume. It does not change the fact that Naruto was mediocre by the power system standards. And it does not change the fact that Naruto was determined, an underdog, and most importantly, it does not contradict the fact that Naruto is the most suitable candidate to embody the themes of the story.